Okay. And of course, I'm not prepared. Here we go. Whoosah. And welcome to another exciting adventure on Riding Through the Unknown. I'm your host, Michael, and tonight's guest is someone I think you all are going to have a lot of fun with. She is super cool. I am so grateful and appreciative she came on, and I am going to turn it over to her to introduce herself because I just don't think I could do justice to who she is. So I'm going to turn it over to the one, the only, amazing, insightful Katelyn Roberts.
That was quite an entrance. Thank you so much. My name is Katelyn Roberts. I mean, I'm just like everyone else, I guess. I just can see a lot more shit.
That's a nice way to put it, actually.
I mean, that's the best way to kind of put it.
So when you say you see more, do you want to share with the audience what you're referring to?
So I can see the dead. I can talk to the dead. I can see energy. It's not really human. It's just light, I guess, is the best way to put it. I can see things that have never been here. I can see the past, the present, and sometimes the future.
That's a really cool gift. And is that something you've always had, or did something happen that triggered it and brought it about?
So I've always been able to see energy, even as a kid. I used to see orbs in the backyard, and they just used to like float around, you know? And it just kind of progressively grew, I guess. That's the best way to kind of put it. Like I started being able to see them and talk to them and kind of pass along messages the best I could. That's the best way to put it.
That's really cool. And so, was this, since you've always been able to see them, did you undergo any training or any, support to strengthen it and broaden it, or did that all just naturally unfold?
It kind of naturally unfolded. My parents, like my mom knew, she knew. She never told my dad. My dad was super Catholic and like, no, we don't mess with that type of thing. But my mom just kept it low key. She knew the whole time because she was there when I would see the orbs and everything at night. So she was very aware of it, and she would just tell me like, that's not real. Like there's nothing there. So just over time, like I kind of realized it wasn't normal. So I kept it to myself and wouldn't really express it with everyone else.
Can I go on the deck?
Yeah, and that's a story that's like I hear very common. Like for me, growing up here in Texas for after we moved here. It's like, they call it the Bible Belt, and so it's like you just don't talk about it. And it took a long time before you could openly say, yeah, I've seen spirits, I've seen energy, and people don't look at you, in
Yeah,
that lovely way.
exactly. There's definitely like a stigma to it, which I've tried explaining it to people because my best friend who lives in Montana, I started realizing the more we talked, I was like, you're different too. And he's like, what do you mean? Like, you don't have to pretend. Like, I know. But since he was religious, he tried to like, that's not real type of thing. But like, you can talk about it with me though. Like, I know you can. I can see it too. And we grew a friendship over that a lot too, was just being able to see things.
And, that's one of the things that has really, I think, shows the growth that we've made in this world is you're able to talk with your friend and, build this friendship around it where when we were growing up, it was you either had your parents or you were on your own. There was no reaching out to anybody because nobody wanted to put themselves at risk.
No, nobody wanted to talk about it. There was a huge stigma over it. Like, it was a huge deal to talk about it. And like, I'm glad I'm finally speaking more publicly about it because this is the first time I've ever done that, is here. This is the first time I've publicly talked about it.
Well, thank you for letting me be your first experience and hopefully first of many, and not just speaking of my show shamelessly.
Yeah, it should be a more open subject. It really should.
So when you talk about seeing like the light, so to speak, that shouldn't be there, what do you mean? Like you're seeing like extraterrestrial, or you're
So
seeing something that you just can't describe?
when I see the light, they're orbs, they're round, they like glow. Like it's kind of like the best way to describe it is like a halo light that's not halo. Like there's light beaming off of the little ball, and you can see them at night. They kind of look like fireflies, like kind of floating around in the yard. And I remember seeing that as a kid a lot. I don't see them very often now. I can mostly see and talk to the dead now. But like as a kid, like I could see energy a lot. Like I would see that all the time. But they came from the ground. And they would float out of the ground and only be like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 feet off the ground and just kind of go wherever they needed to go.
So that's interesting that you've seen them come from the ground, and I'm wondering if because this happened as a child, they didn't want to like throw you right into the fire, so to speak, and
Pretty much.
eased you into what was coming. Because it's interesting that you say you don't see them as much now, that
Mm-mm.
now you see the spirits as they are. And so, yeah, I'm wondering if your guides and whoever was preparing you was thinking, hey, let's make these ball of lights
A
something
lot more
she'll
like
get
easy.
yeah, she'll be calm with this, and then we can gradually move to this.
Right? Not as much as, hey, here's dead grandpa. Like, I mean, it's true though. Like, I remember, There's another one when we were kids. I was probably like, I don't know, 7 or 8. I immediately knew the house that we moved into was haunted. Like it was like right off the bats I knew. And it was an older man. He died in the house for sure. I don't necessarily know what it was, if it was just old age, his body was just giving out on him. But he died in the house. And I remember my brother and I playing hide and seek. And I went to hide in his room, and like I went in the laundry basket and like stuffed myself in there and threw all the clothes on top of me. And I thought he was in the room looking for me. And then I realized he turned the TV on in the living room and he stopped looking for me. So I didn't know who was in the room with me. And then I started putting everything together. Like, it's the man. He died in this room. This is his room. Like, he's in the room with me. Like, it took me forever to get out of that laundry basket because I can hear him shuffling around in the room. Like, that was one of the first like experiences I had with like an actual person versus like a light, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that always stuck with me.
So, do you see auras around people?
I can kind of feel them. Like it's more of a feeling than like an actual aura. I don't know how to explain it. Like I can see like different friends, like so someone that's been through a lot, right? PTSD, some sort of trauma, like they have like a wall. I can't see past that wall because there's so much blocking it. So those are the people that I'm drawn to because I'm like, what's going on? What happened? Like what, like move that stuff out of the way so I can see, you know? Like there's people like that. And those are the ones I'm drawn to. Everyone else, like, yeah, you're a good person. Yeah, but like you, I want to know more about you.
So I find it funny how you're like, yeah, you're a good person. Move on.
Yeah, you're cool. Like you vibe check, you're fine. Like you're fine. I don't have to worry about you. But you, like, I can't see everything. Like I want to know more.
We want to. It's like the Wizard of Oz. We want to see behind the curtain.
Exactly. That's the best way to describe it. You know, like I just want to know what's going on, and I'm drawn to those people.
Why do you think it is that you're drawn to them?
It's because I can't see. I can't see what it is about them. Like I can't tell if they've done anything. Like I can tell if people have done a serious, I'm not going to say it on here, but a serious crime. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, like I can see that and like I know. And those people are walking around every day past us. Nobody knows. But I can see it. I can't prove it, but I can see it. And like I know what kind of person they are, right? But these people that have blocks from trauma, I can't see what's going on with them. I can't tell if they've done anything horrific or if they passed the vibe check. I can't tell.
And not trying to pry too much into your personal life, but
No, you're good.
I'm kind of curious since you've had this all along.
Mm-hmm.
Has it ever come to being a factor in your dating life?
I try not to talk about it in my dating life. And it is a factor when it comes to like it sounds bad, but like I'm drawn to the people that have the wall because I want to know, I want to poke at them. I want to see what is on the other side of the wall. And usually those people it's trauma, they're fucked up, right?
Right.
I don't know how to say that. So bad relationship after bad relationship because I can't get past that wall. It is what it is.
No, I know. And I'm just trying to picture, like, being like at a restaurant or something, or, at a location somewhere and going, okay, I'm seeing this about you. What is going on? And it's like, because I gotta imagine there's gotta be a point where you're like, I gotta bring it up because it's like the elephant in the room.
So my ex-husband, he took me to his grandma's house, sweetest old lady ever. But like I kept staring at certain areas in the house. I'm like, your grandpa's here. He's like, shut up. I'm like, he is, like, he's here, like he's not leaving, like this is his house, that's his wife, he's here. And he's like, no, he's not. Like he never believed me. And I was like, watch, ask your grandma where your grandpa is, because I guarantee she's gonna say his ashes, like something of his is in the bedroom still, by the nightstand, in the bedroom. Like just humor me and ask her, where is grandpa? Sure as shit, his ashes are in that nightstand in the bedroom, and he sits right, like I can vision him, like he's right there sitting by the bed while she sleeps, like he's just there. And that was hard for him. That was like his realization, like I'm not making this up, like I'm serious.
Yeah. I'm curious too if you ever were like on a quote blind date and you're like start walking towards the guy and go, nope.
No,
not going here.
not vibe. I mean, I've been on a couple dates that were like weird and like just not feeling it, and like can't really pinpoint exactly what it is, but like if I were to go on a couple dates or like go to their house, like I'd be able to like open up so much more and be able to be like, oh, okay, so this is wrong, like she's still here, I'd be able to nitpick a little more on it versus just one date, I guess. I got to open up a little more, I guess, is where that's at.
Well, that seems like fair because everybody can have the quote off day.
Mm-hmm. And like some people have, like their guard up, and I can tell they have their guard up. It's not just like answering questions very like formal, like they have their guard up in a like energy wise, you know what I mean? Like they have that guard up. And so it's hard to get past that a little bit on a first date. But
I'm just imagining what it would be like just to be hanging out and being like, yeah, there's a spirit over there of somebody, there's a spirit over there of somebody.
mm-hmm.
Why did we come to this place again?
High school was wild because, I mean, you think of like who spirit guides typically are, who's sitting around everyone. It's your grandparents, right? So like, I'll never forget math class. I'm sitting there peacefully existing, and someone's grandpa, like I'm not going to put names out there, but like someone's grandpa like came over and was like, hey, tell my grandson he's a pussy and he needs to join the military. Like, I'm not going to tell your grandson that. Like, I agree, but I'm not going to tell him that.
Or at least not like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to. There's like, hey, your dead grandpa is telling you this. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's hard when they are so blunt sometimes. Like, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to keep my mouth shut, especially in high school. I was very quiet with it. I did not tell anyone about it.
Well, no, I wouldn't either because I tried and it did not go well.
No, like, they're ready to light the torches right then. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. But yeah, I never really got any like training or anything like that. I've kind of just been doing it myself. But like, I remember, I still see them sometimes, but like shadow people, those are wild. Can we talk about that for a second? What the hell are they, and why are they everywhere?
So I have two theories about it.
Go on.
And based on my personal experience, they're playful energies, and I view them as, so I'm sure you've heard of like the astral plane or, being out there. Well, in the astral plane are shadow zones or shadow dimensions. I think that's where they come from. And they're not, I don't view them as malevolent or benevolent. I think they're just going about whatever.
They're mischievous, but like
they
they aren't like out to destroy the world or anything crazy.
But I think they're just as curious as we are, and I think when they find people who can see them, they're like
more active.
They want to figure out why you can see them, and just like we want to figure out why we can see them. And I mean, when I was a teenager, I was talking about this earlier on a interview. Is there were shadow beings that I would always see out of the corner of my eye because you can never look them straight on. They'll disappear. It's always out of the corner, like you're looking and going, did I see or did I not see? And so I would play like a game of tag almost with them. Is they would, because I know they're wanting to like grab or like touch or something. And so I'm always like looking away, knowing they're coming. And then when I feel like they're getting a little too close, I'll look and then we start over. And so it's like a game to me.
They used to run around in my bedroom. I would feel like I was crazy. Like, what is this? And I mean, I would see them outside my window, running past the window. Like, okay, there's someone outside, like go outside. There's someone out there. There's no one out there. It's shadow people. They're messing with me.
Yeah. And part of me feels like, we're learning, to understand, there's physical us and then there's energy us. And there's physical people out there and there's energy beings out there. And I feel like the shadow beings are like kind of, maybe the in-betweeners that are like, oh, if you can see us, you might be ready to see these other energy beings that are around here.
It's interesting. Like I always ask people, like, what are they? Like everyone kind of has the same thing. Like, I really don't know. Like we all kind of have our speculation on what they are, and like they're everywhere. And that's what a lot of people don't understand is they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They come out of certain areas, but like they can explore and go everywhere.
And it's kind of funny as you actually got me thinking about, as we're trying to explain who and what they are, as referencing through television, the show Doctor Who. There's a race called the Silence, and they don't talk, they're telepathic, so to speak. And when you see them, they wipe your memory, so you don't remember ever seeing them. They're always in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, and then I was like, could I describe that as a shadow being? And I was like, no, because shadow beings don't wipe your memory.
They don't, no. But
And
like the
so
general idea is like, they're just everywhere, and like they don't want to be seen, but kind of want to be seen. It's a weird thing.
it is. And I almost wonder, like in your situation, having the orbs first, then the spirits, if like the shadow people are like the everyday version of the orb, saying, okay, once you're used to me, now we'll really start to show you what's out there.
And it just keeps escalating. It just keeps escalating over the years. So the land, I don't think people understand, like that holds so much energy. That's where energy comes from. Like it's the land. And you can walk into certain areas and it's so strong and it holds memories and like everything that's ever happened there. And like I don't have the skills to really fully dig into it, I guess, but like it's just, there's this place in Oregon I went to and I had like a full-blown panic attack because I was getting hit with everything all at once and I didn't know what to do. I was just like, we got to get the fuck out of here. That was the best way to describe it. I'm like, it's a land, like something happened here, like we're not allowed to be here, like freaking out over it. And like we were on like a family vacation. My parents are just like, what is wrong with you? Like, we got to get out. We got to go. Like, we got to get out of the zone. There's like a zone we got to get out of. they were freaking out over me about it. But so the town, can I tell everyone the town?
Sure.
It's called Gold Hill in Oregon. And there's like a wall of energy. And once you hit that wall, you just immediately like, there's no animals there. There's no deer running around. There's no squirrels. Like there's nothing. It is barren, but people live there. And I don't know how they can live there. I don't understand how they don't feel it. But like, it has something to do with the land and the Native Americans. Something happened there. I don't fully grasp the whole concept of what happened. But even the Native Americans knew, like, we don't really fuck with this land. Like, we're just going to leave it alone, do its thing. They knew there was something weird about it, too.
It kind of sounds like you may have stumbled on a zone that's like, I don't know if you've heard of the Romanian forest. Trying to say that fast. Where there's a square in the middle of the forest where no tree has ever grown.
Huh.
It's flat land and it's like perfect line of trees around it where you would think it's man made.
Right.
But when you go there, there is no evidence there ever was any trees there.
Huh.
It's like, ooh. And so and they were talking about the energy there, and it sounds like you may have hit one of those patches too, where
it's
instead
just,
of having no trees, it has no wildlife.
there's no animals there. Like, Oregon, there's tons of deer everywhere. Like, you have to honk to get them to get out of the road. Like, they're everywhere. And like, you just hit this wall and it's just boom, nothing. There's nothing. It's dead. But like, there's trees, there's people. Don't know why there's people. I would immediately freak out. But you can see what's been going on in the forest too, because I'm not the only one that senses the energy there. So people have been doing things in the forest, rituals and stuff. And like, I can see it. Like, I can see them doing it. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something out in the woods over there. And then there's some sort of precious metal maybe in the ground there that's helping like amplify it. That's the best way I can describe that.
I wonder if metal or if the water level maybe is at a
There's water
spot where
there.
it can be utilized.
There's definitely water there. There's a river that goes through there. And like I see a connection to like everything. I don't know how it's connected, but it's connected.
You know, I'm thinking because you asked how the people could be living there, and my mind keeps going to two different lines of thought. Is the first line is they're the caretakers. They've agreed to guardian and caretake the energy there. So to them, it's fine. Their agreement. But then there's the other part of me that's like, it's almost like the suicide forest in Japan, where you walk in, you don't realize what's going on, and you're trapped in it. And so these people
Yeah.
maybe, are innocently trapped by the energy in there, and that's how they're able to stay there. And
yeah, hold on one second.
Iron Bear 78 witchcraft, that's could be it, but that kind of gets a bad rap, so not quite so sure.
Yeah, it's a weird place. Gold Hill, Oregon. If you ever get a chance to visit, don't.
I was about to say, you
Don't.
made it sound so enticing. It's like I put it on the top of my wish list.
It's a weird place, 100%. Like, I'm curious if you'll be able to feel that wall too when you drive in there. Like, it's a weird spot.
I probably could if I was attuned enough to being, the bad thing is now is unfortunately is I could say, oh yeah, if I was to go there now, I'd be like, oh yeah, I definitely felt it. But the question is, did I feel it because I felt it, or did I feel it because you put in my mind there's
Right?
this
It's the
wall?
whole psychological thing too, right? That makes sense.
But so when you see energy and spirits, do you see colors, or does it all just appear as black and white and you just fill in the blanks?
So it's a hard. I can see it in here. I don't physically see them over there, but it's like they're showing me what they look like, where they're standing, what they like to do, who they're friends with, or who they're related to. Like they just show me. I'm not physically seeing them. Does that make sense?
It does.
Like that's how I see them. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of the last time I saw someone. I know my daughter, so it was before my daughter was born. It was actually before she was even conceived. This was like a premonition type thing, but there was a man, a tall man, at the edge of my bed, and there was a light beaming down, and he told me that I was going to have a daughter, and I needed to name her Sparrow, and that's all he told me. That was the first time. That was the last time I physically saw one. Was that one night, and I ended up getting pregnant with a girl, and I named her Sparrow.
Wow, and the guy went along with it.
Yeah. Like, yeah, okay. I'm not gonna question that. We're good.
Did you tell him why you were doing it, or did you just say, "Hey, what do you think of the name Sparrow?"
I ended up telling him, but I don't know if he actually believed me. Like, this is like what happened. I don't know who it was that told me. Like, it was just a dark shadow, but it was like a tall dude. I think it was like one of my spirit guides, and it's not my great grandpa, it's my great great grandpa. Because that's what he looks like to me. That's
Yeah.
how I think that's who it was.
Well, and I'm also picturing going into a little bit of religiosity, so to speak. Is you know, Mary had the angel appear at the foot of her bed and said, "You're going to have a son." So they might be
Oh,
there going, "Yeah, I'm not questioning the angels. We're naming the kid Sparrow."
we're doing it. I don't know. We're just doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think about it that way, but yeah, you just
And
kind of have to
Iron
go with
Bear,
it sometimes.
yeah, Iron Bear 78 is saying, "I hate the feeling when you walk into a room and your stomach just drops and feel that negative vibe or just heavy energies." So I
Mm-hmm.
imagine that happens to you.
Yeah, I've been to friends' houses where it's hard to talk to them about it when it's your friend and it's like, hey, your grandpa wasn't the greatest guy, and he's here still. Like, that gives you the ick feeling and like your stomach and everything. It's not a great feeling.
Yeah. And I'm wondering, I had this happen to me once where I went to a friend's house for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and I walk in and they're like, "Would you like a glass of water?" I'm like, "Sure." And I start walking into the kitchen and they're like, "Where are you going?" I said, "To get a glass of water." And they're like, "How do you know where everything is?" I'm like, "I don't know, but your glasses are here, your plates are here, silverware's here." And I was right, but I have no idea how I knew the layout of this house.
Just sometimes intuition, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, but have you ever been like to a house for the first time and you're like, "Oh yeah, so this is over here," and you can tell everybody where everything is, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, this is the first and last time you're ever stepping foot in this house."
Yeah, like it's hard to really explain to people too. Like, I don't know, I just know.
Yeah, I was like, it felt like deja vu, but I was like, I don't know how it could be
Yeah,
deja vu.
that's a good way to put it too, is deja vu. Like, you've been here before, but you're not sure how. Deja vu.
So, what do you do when you get deja vu type feelings?
Try and figure it out, like, how do I feel this way? Like, why? What's going on? I'll sit there forever and try and figure it out too. Like, places, people, conversations.
Mom,
Stop, okay?
Mom, I want that.
Go on.
Mom, I want that for my
Okay.
sister.
I'm live right now. You guys need to go, okay?
Okay.
Now?
Can I give me my food?
Sorry.
Oh, the joys of live shows and parenting all mixed into one.
Parenting, the whole 9 yards, right? But yeah, deja vu is a weird one because it's like trying to solve a puzzle. You don't really know what's going on. I've had deja vu recently, and it was a conversation. And it's like, I want to say it was a dream that I got it from the first time, maybe, and then it's happening in real life.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't mean to spook you, but do you have a fan running?
Do I have a fan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I've been watching like the curtain there behind you, slightly move every once in a while. I'm like, is that something here or is that a fan that's moving it?
The fan is not strong enough to move that.
Well, that just made this show take an interesting curve.
Yeah,
Right?
I've been seeing that today. Liam.
But it's ever so slight. It's like, so I was just curious because I was like noticing it every once in a while and going, huh. Well, now everyone's going to probably tune into this episode to go, where?
Watch. Should I move so everyone can watch the curtain move?
Yeah, it's like, forget the talk. Look at the curtain.
Yeah. Just watch the curtain. Yeah. It's, yeah.
Oh, I just thought of something, and this is how my mind works, is we earlier were talking about with your walls, like, seeing it and peeking behind the curtain,
Mm-hmm.
and now your curtain's moving.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep.
like it's like the
Of
spirit
course.
world's like, yeah, we have a sense of humor too. We'll move the curtain for you.
Exactly. It's a lot more common than people think, Like, it really does happen. You just have to pay attention. A lot of people don't want to pay attention to it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't realize it. Like, I've had a few people walk up to me and they're like, "Oh, you're a paranormal investigator?" Yeah, that's so cool. I've never had an experience. I'm like, "You sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And it's like I can sense that they have, and it's like I don't know how I can sense this, but I'll look at them and I'll go, "So you've never had something happen to you can't explain?" And they go, "Well, yeah, but everybody has." I go, "No, I'm talking like a scent in the air or a feeling." And they're like, "Yeah, I have had that." I'm like, "That's a paranormal experience." And they get all excited. They're like, "Oh my God, I had a paranormal experience." I'm like, "Yeah, you're in the club."
That's so funny. Yeah, people just have a hard time, I guess, grasping it. I'm not really sure, like, what stops them from just embracing it?
Yeah, and
Like,
I don't know if you know much about your family history, but I'm curious because a lot of times this is passed down through family. So,
yeah.
did anybody else in your family have this or similar abilities?
I have a feeling, and when I say I have a feeling, I probably know. My great great grandmother Elsa, she came here to America and like barely spoke English or anything, but I saw a picture of her, and I have the picture of her, and it's just a black and white, very proper looking picture, 1800s, like her. She's the one it all came from. And I don't know anything after or, before her, but it's definitely where it came from, is her.
Well, and one thing that people don't realize is like I forget, was it your great great grandmother that had it? So the great grandmother probably had it, your grandmother had it, your mom probably had it, but they all chose not to. And so you're like the next generation to go, yes, okay, we're going to do this. And
Yeah, we're
then,
not going to ignore it anymore. We're not doing that old school way of thinking where it's like, just ignore it, like it's not happening. No, we're not doing that anymore. We're just going to let it happen. We're going to figure it out.
and I kind of wonder if that's why your mom was like more, like you say, accepting of it, is because she knew because she had it, but was like, nope, I'm not going to. But
Slowly changing. Yep. I have a feeling that's what it is too. She was a lot more like kind of teeter tottered on it a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna yell at you over it, but I'm just gonna leave it alone because I don't know how to deal with it.
I'll dip my toe in, but that's it.
Pretty much. I think that's her way of like accepting it, I guess. Like, I don't know how to deal with it, but I'm just gonna leave you alone type of thing.
Yeah. So,
but
I'm curious with your, views of it, and not putting this out there and not scripting anything. So don't anybody like look at me like he's doing predictions now, because I'm not. But if your daughters ended up showing signs, would you encourage, or would you kind of just let them decide on their own?
they do.
Oh,
Yeah. Since they were little, I already knew. I was very aware of it because she could see things. And I bought another haunted house, and she was a baby. And she would talk and have conversations. And, like I wasn't, like I knew where it was, but I'm like, who are you talking to? Like, can you point to who you're talking to? And she'd immediately be drawn and like exactly where I thought it was, like, so
yeah.
she can do it too. And I don't know about, my youngest, like she's kind of all over the place. ADHD,
Is
but
she, or is it just more aware and misdiagnosed? Not that I'm saying
go on.
medically speaking, but I've talked to a lot of people, and a lot of like more hyper aware and more attuned, they tend to be listed on a scale because they don't understand where they're at. And so I'm not saying she is or isn't ADHD. I'm just throwing it out there that, she might be more
I mean,
attuned, and that's why she's showing the kind of persona.
I mean, she absolutely could. I knew for sure with my oldest, for sure. But my other, I'm not like 100% sure. Like eventually I'll find out. You know what I mean? Just over time, she'll say things, and I'm like, I don't know if it's because your older sister is saying something or you really believe that. You know what I mean?
Right. And for everyone watching, yes, there is a little one in the room.
Two of them.
Two? Oh, well, we've seen one crawl by. And so I was like, I didn't want everyone to go, oh, look, there's a ghost caught on camera. It's like, nope, that's a little one actually going by.
Go. Okay. Please.
Ow.
Sarah, go on.
But we're thirsty.
I'm curious a little bit with having your gifts, watching TV. I don't know if you're into watching a lot of TV or not, or have time, but shows like Medium or Ghost Whisper, did you ever watch those and been like, that's who I am?
No. I've seen the shows, but I'm like, those are so dramatic and extra. Like,
well, okay, in all honesty, I'm subtracting the Hollywood effect and going by the basic premise.
Basic premise, I guess, a little bit. I'm not not on that level. I don't think they seem to be able to like immediately hone in on people. Like mine, it just they gotta want to talk and they want to be known. You know what I mean? Like I feel like these people can like pull them in to get them to talk, and I can't do that. Like they gotta want to come up to me and be able to communicate. Like I can't pull them in. And that's what I think is happening with these people. They're able to do that. I don't know how, but they're able to do that.
Probably
Yes,
trained.
please.
But
right? I'm like, I wasn't trained to do.
Yeah, and I think it's great that there's different forms of the same thing, because if everybody did it the same way, there would be no mystique to it. To where, like, you having your way, Ghost Whisperer has her way, Medium had her way. It makes it more mysterious and more like, ooh, I want to hear more about your way, because
Mm-hmm.
it makes it more individualistic and unique.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, it totally does. Everyone's different. Everyone has a different like ability or version of the ability, and like I like learning about it because everyone's like, "Well, are you a psychic?" I'm like, I don't think I am. Like, there's boxes for it, Like, are you clairvoyant? Are you psychic? I don't know. I just know I can see them and I can talk to them sometimes, and like, just is what it is. I don't know.
I just tell them I'm me. I don't know. I'm just me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Grandpa said hi. Like, whatever box that is. Like, I don't know what to tell people half the time. It's just I can do what I can do.
And I'm kind of curious a little bit with you being natural, so to speak, with it.
Mm-hmm.
With people today that may be experiencing it, and granted, there's more people to talk to now than there was in the past, but still,
Mm-hmm.
stigma's partially there, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you have to helping them be at peace with it and not freaking out over it?
There's no reason to freak out over it. You should embrace it because it's not going to go away. It's not. Like, it's always going to be there. You might as well embrace it. And meditation does wonders. Like, the frequencies and everything, that kind of meditation, wonderful. That's a huge help. And like, if you do have like a local group, like we have a place in town that is very spiritual store, right? And they are very welcoming. They do meditations and stuff like that. They offer classes. That would be wonderful to find something like that in your local area. Just something simple like that. Just embrace it. Think of it as going to yoga class, It's just something relaxing.
From what I've seen of yoga, relaxing is not the word I would use.
To me, it's relaxing. Stop.
I'm picturing all the different poses, and I'm like, nope. Relaxing does not come into this frame.
I mean, it's just relax. I don't know. To me, it's relaxing.
Yeah. Well, in defense, the only pose I really know that I can do really well that I like to show off every once in a while is the tree. Standing on one foot, having the other foot lying on the tree, the other leg, and just standing there with your hand. I'm like, that one I can do. And I'm like, yeah. Bouncing all of this on one ankle. Ha.
You got it. Practice like everything else,
Very true. And I don't know what you do like for every day, but do you ever feel like these gifts actually help you in your everyday life, like work and everything?
Sometimes, I suppose, like being able to, understand people a little more on a deeper level And then, being able to help friends too, because like they end up having a lot of questions, and just being able to explain things to them if they want me to. I never just openly say things unless they want to know.
Mom, can I take a bath?
Because I think that's a big thing. Is like some people just they don't want to know.
Yeah,
But others they want you to tell them everything.
Yeah, I'm just curious too. Is like if, like you're saying, you could see the good energies off of someone, and somebody that didn't have the good energy coming in and going,
Mom, I have an important question.
"Oh, we want to hire you for this, this, and this," and going, "Hey, boss, can't explain it, but we do not want to get aligned with these people."
Yeah, it's interesting being able to see that, and like we don't want them around. Like we're gonna get them out of here. There's a lot of that. I don't think people realize how much of that there really is. It's kind of wild.
Mom, can you help me take a bath?
Yeah, baby. Go talk to Jessica, okay?
But I don't want her in my bath. Mom, but can
I know
you
we're
help
getting
me
close
in
to the
bath?
hour, so
On my bath.
where can people find you if they want to talk some more with you about, seeing energies and everything?
They can always reach out to me on Facebook. That's my main social media account is Facebook. And it's just my name, Katelyn Roberts.
Very cool. And so,
Bath.
well, I know
Yes,
we
go.
kind of touched on
Okay.
this earlier, but for closing up's sake, I'm curious, any wisdom that you got that you would like to partake on the audience or share with the audience?
Wisdom? I'm still learning, sir. I'm all about just embracing it, winging it, however you want to put it. Like, just figure it out. Like, don't deny it, don't block it. If you have abilities, just let them be. Figure it out. Talk it out with yourself too sometimes. Like, just talk it out.
Yeah, I like that. Don't stop learning.
Never stop learning. It's just like any other trade, just gotta learn.
Yeah. And so, what's the wildest experience you can share that you've been through?
A haunted forest where there's a bunch of dead Native Americans that white people murdered.
Hey, Mom.
Wow, that was awfully specific.
Yeah. And they cursed the land that everyone's living there. It's wild.
Have you been to San Antonio?
I have not.
Because there's a forest that seems just like that.
Oh.
It's a dimensional forest.
Help me.
Hold on, Kay. Yeah, it's in Montana.
Okay.
I won't say where.
No, because then I'd probably be booking a flight.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it quiet. I'm gonna keep this location quiet. I revealed the other one, but this one I'm gonna keep quiet. But it's absolutely cursed. The land is cursed. There's all kinds of shit going on. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story and sharing everything with us. And hope that this being your first experience, that it was at least a fun one.
Super fun. I loved it.
And hopefully we'll get you back on again.
That would be awesome because I've got a lot more to tell.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone in the chat room, and thank you to our wonderful guest. And everyone just have a wonderful night and rest of the week. And as you can see from the background, welcome to October.
Awesome.
All right, well, I will let you get to your little ones, and
They're going crazy back there.
yep.
All
So
right.
thank you. Have a wonderful night, and I'm going to send us out now with the outro. So good night,
All right.
everyone.
Good night.